Hello and welcome back to Invincible Asia. I'm George Clark and this is another episode of Show and Tell, where today I'm going to share with you my Shaw Brothers collection. Don't forget folks, before we go any further, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, ring the bell and all that jibber jabber, and thank you very much for supporting Invincible Asia. Now, normally at this stage, I would have all the movies in question off the wall and here in front of me on this desk to share with you. But if I was to do that with the Shaw Brothers collection, with my Shaw Brothers collection, there would be gaping holes all over the studio here on every shelf because there's that many amazing Shaw Brothers titles to share with you. So I might just have to do this bit by bit, starting with the VHS, of course, where it all started for me, into the DVDs, and then onto these wonderfully restored Blu-rays that we've been getting. But who doesn't love a Shaw Brothers movie? I mean, these guys have been making some of the greatest pieces of Hong Kong cinema for decades upon decades, starting in 1958, but actually before that, way back in 1925, those three Shaw brothers got together and started their own little production company before shifting it all into that bigger operation there. Now they did kind of dry up there and kind of, let's call it, go defunct in 2011, but there is talk and rumours of perhaps more Shaw Brothers movie productions kicking off again, which would just be fabulous. Now obviously we're not going to get anything like we got back in that golden age of Hong Kong cinema. It's just never going to happen. We keep waiting for it, but it's never going to happen. And that goes to say for all of those stars from there. I mean, most of them are dying off now, which is very, very unfortunate, but we're just not going to get that era of what really sucked us in, of what made us fall in love with Hong Kong cinema. We're just not going to get it. But Shaw Brothers are a massive part of that. And the Shaw Brothers movies that I've managed to see in my lifetime, I mean, doesn't even scratch the surface of how extensive their catalogue really is. And some of those titles we'll probably never see. I know I'll never see them anyway, but this is why it's kind of vitally important that we're getting these Blu-ray restorations. As much as they are costing us an absolute packet, it's still very important to have these incredible titles restored, put out there on Blu-ray, on a product that is going to last a lot longer than the mouldy film in their warehouse. Anyway, let's get stuck into my Shaw Brothers collection. There's quite a bit to go through, of course. I am going to start with the VHS, as I say, work my way around the studio till I get to the Blu-ray and 4K restorations there, which I really can't wait for. But yes, it's going to be quite a lengthy piece, so make yourself a cup of tea, put your feet up, relax, and join me as I share with you this wonderful collection of classic Hong Kong cinema. So, as it turns out, I don't have as many Shaw Brothers films on VHS as I thought I did. I have got my original Warner Brothers X rentals here on either side and some retail variations in front of me. I did have many more released through the Made in Hong Kong label, but they obviously got chewed up and thrown out along the way, of which I have been trying on this nostalgic journey to kind of restock that label through my video collection here. So I will share those with you. First of all, let me get out the one and only North American buy that I have here on VHS. This is Jewel of the Iron Fist with Ti Lung and David Chang, which I just adore. Of course, been released numerously now in different formats, but this was the only US Shaw Brothers video that I ever picked up. Never really was a fan of these really lousy slip covers. There was no protection in them, whereas you see with the British video releases, you always got this hard case. These have traveled with me to different countries. They've been perfectly fine. They're probably older than my husband, but these ones here I would always often double wrap in bubble wrap and things like that just to be sure. Okay, I'm going to set that one down there for now. I'll go through the retail stuff with you first and share with you what I've got. So what do we got here? Super Ninjas, I Tell a Damn Lie. So Super Ninjas, I remember picking up in the States, in Missouri. My friend managed a video store there, and when I went down to visit him, this was on the shelf, and I was like, please, you gotta sell me this movie. And he made a couple of calls, and sure enough, I got this movie. And this was the first time that I ever saw 5 Element Ninja released there in the States as Super Ninjas. But what a fantastic film overall. Such a lot of fun. Look at this big clunky thing in there. But yeah, I just was so happy to have this in my collection. Of course, this was well before the DVD market had really started taking off, and we didn't know what to expect, especially going into Blu-rays, 4K and so on. But this, I was still a lover of VHS films, and Super Ninjas was finally in my collection. Okay, following that, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Oh, okay, so Made in Hong Kong, the British VHS release of Treasure Hunters. This wacky and wild Lager Wing movie starring Fu Sheng, Gordon Liu, Wang Longwei. This was a lot of fun, and of course would have been the first time that I ever saw this Shaw Brothers film. $13.99 in Tower Records there. But what a fantastic piece, and I just loved what Made in Hong Kong and Eastern Heroes were putting out there. Their videos were always well presented. Gorgeous label on there, but inside you had these liner notes of the stars, of the director, of the film, and this was always a treat for me when I went into town, picked up my 1 or 2 titles if I had managed to save enough money, opened them up on the bus on the way home, read all those liner notes just to learn some more about the film. But what a damn treat that was. Then over there we have an Eastern Heroes release. Now I have got the full trilogy on Eastern Heroes VHS, but this is the only Shaw Brothers one. Martial Arts of Shaolin, directed by Lau Gar-leung, and of course still starring Jet Li, but a very different movie to the other two. Not my favourite Lau Gar-leung movie, I have to say. Even watching that new restored version on the Shawscope release from Arrow, I wasn't overly impressed. But still, a fun movie overall, don't get me wrong. I did talk about how Eastern Heroes and Made in Hong Kong did those liner notes, but yes, with this one, strangely, there was no liner notes with Shaolin Temple 3. Here, as you can see, it's quite blank inside there, but still another great collection. And while it's when it's up here with the other two, as you can see, it really fits well. They have this kind of like image of Jet Li across the spine there, which I quite enjoy. Okay, following that, what have I got? I've got a bootleg of 7 Blows of the Dragon. The Water Margin, I believe, is its original title here. But yeah, this I picked up in a box lot, let's just say. As you can see, a homemade sticker on the front there. But yeah, this is a pretty epic Shaw Brothers movie, and this is the American bootleg version of that particular film here on video, which is fun. I mean, I don't think I've even watched that video. Actually, I know I haven't watched that video. Another Made in Hong Kong video release on their label, Invincible Shaolin, directed by Chang Che, starring the Venom Mob. This, again, was an early introduction to the Venom Mob for me. I did have the 5 Venoms on the Made in Hong Kong label, and again, that was one that was kind of like chewed up and spat out, I do believe. But this was a fantastic film overall. Really cool cover. Fantastic movie, just a beautiful Shaw production in all. Again, that gorgeous sticker on the front there, and those liner notes inside, which is pretty cool. Now this next one is one of my earliest VHS buys, if I can remember correctly, and a favorite of mine, The Chinese Boxer, which I just adore. Of course, you can go back and look at some of my other videos on the unboxing of their Blu-ray releases, the latest Blu-ray releases of The Chinese Boxer, but this is from Thorn EMI. This video, I can't even remember where I picked it up, because there was a lot of fantastic ex-rental stores throughout Belfast and across Northern Ireland in the early to mid 90s. Had a blast shopping in them every weekend, and that's when I came across this gorgeous wee box of this stunning Jimmy Wang Yu movie. But even that tape inside, I mean, the weight of that tape is fantastic. As you can see, I've signed the front of it there. I used to sign all my videotapes and all my inner sleeves because people would steal them. They would come and they would see this video collection. Oh, can I borrow such and such? And then they would never bring it back. Motherfuckers. Okay. Made in Hong Kong. The Barefoot Kid. Probably, aside from a few other wee bits, probably my first main introduction to Aaron Kwok. I fell in love. He was just gorgeous. He was wonderful. This whole film was beautifully done. Directed by Johnny To. Starring T. Leung and Maggie Cheung alongside him. But what a movie, and what a gorgeous release from Made in Hong Kong. Thoroughly enjoyed this. Watched it continuously, as you can tell, because it is such an amazing movie. And of course, it just had a restoration and re-release there by Shaw in one of the Shawscope editions. Part 2, I think, which was fantastic. But this has always been a favourite video of mine, and I would go back to it now and again because I always loved the trailers that played at the start of the Made in Hong Kong videos. These were always, they're always very nostalgic for me because this was always the first time I would get the chance to see movies like Saviour of the Soul, God of Gamblers, some of the other Shaw Brothers movies, Better Tomorrow 2, things like that. So those, and Tiger on the Beat, of course, that trailer. Wow, I mean, just fantastic to go through that. The Martial Arts collection from Canal Image, they put out a few titles here, which had this kind of black cover. The only one I ever picked up was the 30 Thick Chamber of Shaolin. I do believe they put out the Chinese Boxer also, and perhaps Keen Boxer, but I never did pick up the rest there. Warner Brothers Video, as you can see there, of course, because they were all under the Warner label, but I never did pick any more up. So that's all the kind of like the retail boxes in terms of the smaller ones that I've got there. Then I have these wonderful X-Rentals, which are always my favorite. Those big boxes, that artwork's massive on them, and these are genuinely some of the oldest videos that I have got left in my collection. So I've kind of split them in half here. I've got the Gordon Liu collection over here, except for one, and the Chang-Chi collection Shaolin cycle over here, except for one. So yeah, let's see. We have got Shaolin Temple, which again is not the Jet Li movie there. It always confused me when I was younger. Of course, we didn't have the internet to really define these movies and get the full breakdown on them there. But this is the Warner Home Video X-Rental release of Shaolin Temple, which is just fantastic. Chang-Chi's Shaolin Temple. Love the cover. Always loved the design work put in on these. Always just thought they were amazing. Next to that is Men from the Monastery. Again from Chang-Chi, of course, starring Chen Guangtai, Fu Sheng, Chen Kui-chan. But just another fantastic movie. And a very dark cover. In fact, I should have put this one next to Heroes 2, because it is kind of from that same era of movies there, as you can see. Feng Sai-yuk on the back here, played by Alexander Fu Sheng. But I really loved this cover more so than Men from the Monastery. Probably took me a wee bit longer to pick up Men from the Monastery because it didn't attract me that much. As a young teen, I wasn't really that excited by the cover, but this one I definitely rushed to get my hands on. Okay, let me just slide that in beside there. Okay, following that, what do we got? We have Chinatown Kid, which isn't one of my favorites. Even that restoration on the Shawscope, I mean, I enjoyed it a lot more, but it's never been one of my favourite Shaw Brothers movies. Still, great show all over, great cast there. I enjoyed Alexander Fu Sheng in it, and of course, some of those shaky sets were pretty fun to watch. But that's a really nice video. I mean, for me, this is like absolutely a treasured piece here in my collection. That cover is just fabulous. Next to that, I have got The Killer, which I rarely have seen. I have to say, this is one movie I haven't went back to a lot. I don't know a lot about it, so I'm not going to pretend that I do. Directed by Chor Yuen, though, starring Chin Han, Wang Pin and Chung Hua, because I'm reading it on the front. As I say, I don't know a lot about it there. I do remember picking it up though as an X-rental, watching it maybe just once, and that was it. It was only $2.99. Most of these X-rentals were around £3 to buy. In that case, has never ever stayed shut from the day that I bought it. Let me just trap it in there just to keep it closed. Oh, it's even pushing that one out. And then this one, in this wonderful clamshell. Now this was always a favourite of mine. Look at how old this is. Oh my god, it's amazing. This is 5 Super Fighters. I adore this movie. I think it got a restoration and re-release in a Shawscope edition there. But what a wonderful film overall. Just some of the fight scenes in this are just absolutely fabulous. But I adored this video. And the problem with this video, as much as I kept watching it over and over, this was a bad videotape that didn't have any sound on it, or it had that very muffled sound that you couldn't actually hear anything except that kind of, and that's all I ever had to watch this until the restoration came out there. So very, very happy with that. But that's one half of the Warner Brothers X rentals. God, that videotape's just not going to stay closed. Yep. Right. This one. This was the first Warner Home Video, Shaw Brothers video that I ever bought. Returned to the 36th chamber for £3 from the little video store at the top of Bloomfield Road in East Belfast. I remember it precisely. I was about 13, 14 at the time. It was £3 it cost me. I remember the girl being surprised that every week I would come in asking for more Kung Fu movies. And even though some of them were rated a bit above my age, she got to know me so well that she allowed me to take them. But this was my first big introduction to Gordon Liu. And as soon as I watched it, I was like, I just love this guy. I've got to get more. This video I watched on a weekly basis without fail. It made me laugh. It got me so super excited with the fight scenes in it. The training scenes. I mean, I remember as a young teen going into the forest and trying to replicate a lot of those scenes where he's tying things up and using strands of rope and things like that. I really, really got into it, of course. Then we have got Legendary Weapons of Kung Fu, aka Legendary Weapons of China. Another tremendous release starring the best of the best there. Directed by Largar Leung, starring himself with his brother Largar Wing, Alexander Fu Sheng, Kara Hoi, Xiao Ho, Gordon Liu. This is incredible. I think did get a restoration recently there. Idiot Films put out a restoration if I'm correct. But this video I still adore to this day. It is beautifully done. Beautifully done. Next to that I have got Shaolin Challenges Ninja, Heroes from the East. And again, this was the first time I ever saw this movie and absolutely fell in love with it. What a fantastic piece. What a very odd looking cover there. Yasuaki Kurata looking a wee bit distorted down below there, but fantastic overall. And again, a favourite of mine. So I would say more so out of these two collections here, I would have watched, definitely would have watched the Largar Leung and Gordon Liu movies more than I would have watched the Shaolin and Chang-Chi movies there. I feel there was a lot more excitement with these. What else we got? Oh my god, yes. One of my absolute favourite Shaw Brothers films. Invincible Pole Fighters, 8 Diagram Pole Fighter. What a fabulous, fabulous movie. And that cover is to die for. Friggin' gorgeous. Got a beautiful Blu-ray release from Idiot Films. But this I just adore. Again, in that old Warner Brothers clamshell there. But this, wow. I mean, this is a fabulous movie overall. And another of my favourites here, which doesn't star any of them, but does have the Lau brothers throughout it and their input, which is brilliant. But it is Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires, the original Warner Home Video release here in the UK. Fabulous. I mean, this is a movie I want on Blu-ray. I have yet to see it, pick it up, but I just adore this videotape and I love the movie. It's not perfect, but there's something really creepy. And whenever I was a young teen, it freaked the hell out of me, I have to say. Those vampires were very, very different. And this, in fact, I have to say, would have been my first introduction to Chinese vampires. And then going back to it when you're older after seeing the likes of Mr. Vampire and stuff is quite interesting. But yeah, this is the 88-minute version there. I'm looking for a release date. Package design in 1985, but the film itself 1974. This is the 1985 video release. My husband was born in 1987. Like I say, some of these are older than him. But there we have it. That is all of my Shaw Brothers VHS collection. Now it's time to find all those friggin' DVDs. So now we're on to my DVD collection of Shaw Brothers movies. I've kind of tried to separate them into piles that kind of represent where I've got them from. You've got Dragon Dynasty, for example, British releases here, some American buys, and then Celestial DVDs from Hong Kong and Thailand here. But I want to start with one of my favorites, which is this limited edition, gorgeously packaged One-Armed Swordsman trilogy. Just look at this stunning, stunning, stunning little box here. I absolutely adore this collection. And I can't wait till the three movies come out as part of the Shawscope Volume 3. Very excited for that. But this box I will never part with. I think it is absolutely beautiful. Of course, released on the Celestial label there. But each of the movies I just love. I think they're all fantastic fun. They really kind of are just pure Shaw. That is it. They're just pure Shaw Brothers. But this box itself is absolutely gorgeous. I know that Nova Media put them out on Blu-ray a couple of years ago. I never did pick them up. I don't know why. But I am excited to see what Arrow Video are going to do with them as part of the Shawscope. Okay, where will I start? Let me put this to the side. I'm going to need as much room as possible. I guess I'll work from the back forward here, and I'll start with these Celestial releases, beginning with Carol Hoy's Tigress from Shaolin, a movie that I haven't really watched enough, directed by Lo Chi, but yeah, I mean, it was, from what I remember of it, it was great fun. It was an enjoyable movie. It's hard to find a bad movie with these guys in it, but this, again, I kind of feel I need to go back to. Don't know if it'll ever get a Blu-ray release. I'm sure it will. Every distributor's kind of grabbing at Shaw Brothers movies at the moment. And this is one I would absolutely love to see on Blu-ray. What price is honesty, or what price honesty? Yeah, this is absolutely fantastic. Starring Jason Pai Pao and Danny Lee, Lo Lei and Sun Qian from the Venom Mob there. But this is an awesome, awesome movie that really needs the Blu-ray treatment. Very excited for that one. And then we have the Anonymous Hero. So this is a Thai DVD release of the Celestial collection there. More of a flimsy case. Not as much of an exciting looking cover there, but you do get the added bonus of the Thai text, which just gives it a wee bit of something else there. But I still enjoyed this. This was the first time I had ever seen Anonymous Heroes, and I quite enjoyed it. I have to say, not one of my favourite Shaw Brothers movies, but still a lot of fun to be had there. Okay, following that, then we got Treasure Hunters. So I've already shared this with you on video, aka Master of Disaster, which I do have as part of this collection from the US, but I will go through that with you also. But this is the Thai Celestial DVD release, as you can see. Alexander Fu Sheng, Gordon Liu, Johnny Wang Long Wei. It's a good fun movie. It is. It's just great crack. Very, very funny. Very well put together. The Fighting Fool, another one that I really haven't seen enough. I did enjoy it the first time I watched it. Meng Yun Huen, who I quite enjoyed in this actually, Chen Wong, Pan Ping Chang. It's not a movie that's overly popular with many Shaw Brothers fans. Perhaps it hasn't been seen enough, but it is a good laugh. It is great fun, and he is a great martial artist, acrobat and star. I feel I should go back to this perhaps tonight, who knows. Then one of my all-time favourites, The Heroic Ones. Now this was one of my first imports of the Celestial DVDs, and I watched it quite regularly. David Chang, Ti Lung, Chang Che all get together, the Iron Triangle, and pull together one of the most amazing Shaw Brothers movies in my eyes. I adored this film so much. Recently got a Blu-ray upgrade with this, I think through German Mediabooks, which I will share with you very, very soon, of course. But this I just adore. A lot of bonus features included on these releases from Celestial also. This one, in fact, has a behind-the-scenes featurette, trailer, new releases, audio commentary with Bay Logan, interviews, color stills, original posters, production notes, biographies and filmographies, that kind of thing. Quite a lot for a DVD release, especially from the Celestial collection there. Now, I don't think you get them as much with the Thai releases of these movies, but more so from the Hong Kong ones. Like this, the Brave Archer collection, for example. Again, behind the scenes, trailers, posters, stills, production notes, that kind of thing. So I'll go through the Brave Archer collection. I just did the video for the Shout Factory Brave Archer Blu-ray collection. You can go back and check that out, where I share all of these titles with you. But again, a prized collection of movies here with the whole bunch of them, including Little Dragon Maiden, which is put out there kind of as the fifth one, the fifth movie of the lot there. But I really enjoy these movies with Alexander Foucheng and practically every other star from the Shaw Brothers studio that pops up throughout them there. But a lot of fun to be had, and very intricate and complex movies there. And this, I believe, is Brave Archer and his mate, the fourth one of the series, where I do believe Alexander Foucheng plays a different character altogether there. But once again, behind the scenes, trailers, interviews, color stills, posters, production notes. There's a lot to enjoy with these. And again, this was coming out well before Blu-ray obviously ever came to light. And we're now spoiled with so many extras. But definitely these DVDs for me are an absolute treasure to have, especially when you get them with these cardboard sleeves, because some of them are just the basic. Now this one, although it is just all in Chinese, there's no English on this at all, is Killer Klowns, which I adore. Another one of my favorite Shaw Brothers movies. Absolutely love this, and this would have been the first time that I had seen this movie. Now I've got so many Blu-ray upgrades of it. I'm very, very pleased with that. And another one coming soon on Blu-ray from 88 Films, The Kid with a Tattoo. Fantastic. Directed by Sun Chung, with Wong Yu there. Ku Feng, Yun Hua, you can see on the front also there with the spear in the background. A very, very, very fun movie, which I can't wait to see upgraded on Blu-ray. I am excited for this one. But again, the first time that I'd ever seen this, and really, really thoroughly enjoyed it. Inside there you can see a little catalogue and its date of release, 2007 for this DVD release. But beautifully done. All of these are much alike. Again, plenty of extra features on there, and I couldn't stop buying them. I think I was getting them from Yes Asia, maybe finding some on eBay, that kind of thing. But very, very happy every time one came in, for the most part. Another one filled with bonus features here, and one of my all-time favourite Shaw Brothers movies, Keen Boxer with Lole. Absolutely one of the finest. It is just a friggin' gem. But again, just such a treasured little piece there to have. Released in 2005, this one, as you can see. So it's taken me a number of years to find each of them there. I don't have an absolute fortune to spend, or I certainly didn't back then. So it was very rare for me to pick these up, and I just wanted more and more and more, of course, because I'm very, very greedy when it comes to Hong Kong movies. Bells of Death, absolutely adore it. This was the first time I'd ever seen this. Blew me away, really loved it, fantastic movie. One of my favourite moments of Chang-Hee, as a good guy especially, because he's always now went on to basically play villains, but a fantastic piece altogether, packed with special features yet again. Then we have a few movies. Now Choi Sing-chi and Shaw Brothers in general made a few more modern movies throughout the 90s and then on to 2011, of course. Justice My Foot, which is hilarious. Choi Sing-chi and Anita Moy. Absolutely adore this movie. And again, a host of extra features, as you can see, lined up on the back there. But this was brilliant. Again, the first time I had ever seen this movie, was quite surprised that Shaw Brothers was behind it as a production company. But very, very happy to get it, as was with this one, Out of the Dark. Another one of my favourite Choi Sing-chi movies, which I've upgraded onto Blu-ray. But such a fun movie to be had there. And again, a host of extras, behind the scenes, trailers, stills, posters, and so on there. I don't have Lookout Officer on DVD, but I do have them on Blu-ray, so we will get to those. One of my favourites, I would say, in my top 10 Shaw Brothers movies. Invincible Pole Fighter was the video I showed you, and now here we have 8 Diagram Pole Fighter. So this would have been the first time I had seen this movie in its original language, with English subtitles, of course, and I just adored it even more. It blew me away, absolutely blew me away. Such an incredible movie overall. Derek-y, the late Norman Choi Soo-kung. I mean, what a time to put this video out, right? We've lost Lee Hoi-san this month, and Norman Choi Soo-kung, all within the same week, which was just shocking. But this is Murder Plot, am I right? Yep, Murder Plot, which, again, it's a movie that I haven't, it's from director Chor Yun, and I haven't watched it enough. I know it's a fantastic movie. I remember loving it when I did see it, but I've just never got back to checking it out again. So that's another one I should be setting aside to revisit very, very soon. There's so many movies just come out that quick now from so many distributors around the world. It's really hard to keep watching. Another one I thoroughly enjoyed with the gorgeous Leslie Cheung, the 5th in the Brave Archer collection, Little Dragon Maiden, which was brilliant. Chen Kwan-tai, Leslie Cheung, Tani Tien, I mean, and a giant eagle, as you can see on the back here, which really cracked me up. That was great, great fun. But this, I love this DVD, and again, another one that I watched quite a number of times, over and over and over. Thankfully, it did get that Blu-ray upgrade with that Shout Factory collection there, which was wonderful. Then, Disciples of the 36th Chamber. The first time I'd ever seen this movie, the final piece of the 36th Chamber trilogy from La Garlung. Gordon Liu, Xiao Ho, pretty much stealing the show there. Lu Chi-lang, La Garlung himself, Lily Lee, Jason Pai Pao. But what a fantastic and such an energetic movie. Each of the 36 Chamber movies are also different in their own ways, but this one was definitely the wildest of the bunch, I would say. Wow. Oh, I can't wait to get this on Blu-ray. The Magic Blade, I do believe, coming out on the Shawscope Volume 3. One of my favourite T-Lung movies, directed by Chor Yun. But this is an absolute stunner. Just adore this. And again, another DVD I watched time and time again. Packed with extras there. But the movie itself is just amazing. So I really can't wait to see this in full HD. Oh, another one of my favourites. Very, very excited for this one, and I just love it. This is the Thai DVD release of Dirty Ho. Now, I did have the Made in Hong Kong VHS, and I loved it that much that I wore the tape out. I just watched this over and over and over. I had so much fun with it. So I'm really looking to replace that VHS as soon as possible. But Dirty Ho with Gordon Liu and Wong Yu, such an amazing movie. Shadow Whip, the Thai DVD of the Shadow Whip, I do believe got a Shout Factory upgrade on Blu-ray, if I can remember, from director Lo-Wei, and a movie I quite enjoy with Cheng Pei-Pei. I think she's extremely beautiful in it, and it's a fun movie overall, typical of its time, but still quite an enjoyable piece. Again, with the Thai DVDs, you don't get much more in there, just the DVD itself there, but still, my first time watching it, my first copy ever of that movie, and I had a great time with it. Yes, I love this movie. Oh, this is absolutely going aside for tonight. One of my all-time favorites and wackier movies. Just absolutely fucking mental. Demon of the Loot. I had never seen anything as crazy, but just had such an amazing time with it. You can see there on the front with the red hair, the late Lee Hoi San. But what a genuine, just fucked up movie. That was so much fun. Shaw Brothers kind of playing with that era of wild wuxia with CGI to a point, or effects work I should say, and just mental characters the whole way throughout it. But the choreography is insane. If you haven't already seen Demon of the Loot, I highly recommend you give it a go. And try it sober. It is worth it. Then I have Legend of the Fox. Chen Suho, the gorgeous Chen Suho there, and some of the Venom team. This is from director Chang Che. So again, this is one I haven't seen enough of, but I thoroughly enjoy this movie. I want to say it's got a Blu-ray upgrade amongst the Shout Factory collection, but I can't remember straight up. But this I definitely enjoyed, and I will get back to watching it soon enough, of course. There's far too many to get through here. I say that, I see the next one, and I want to watch it again. This is The Condemned, the Hong Kong import of this Celestial DVD release, with David Chang, Lily Lee. And again, another movie I thoroughly enjoyed when I first watched it. Directed by David Chang himself, but definitely a very fun movie. Very different for him, and I do want to see it again actually, because there's not a lot of scenes sticking out for me, but I remember really loving it there. Then I have Golden Swallow. So this, again, all just in Chinese in the front. One of my fave earlier sort of swordplay movies there. The Girl with the Thunderbolt Kick, it's also known as there. But Jimmy Wang Yu, Cheng Pei-Pei, Lo Lei, fantastic movie, and I also have it here in this pile, so I will share that again with you. And the final one from that Celestial collection is Michael Hoy's Sinful Confession, a movie that I wasn't too impressed with. I did chuckle throughout it, but it's very much a shawrotica, not erotica, shawrotica comedy, adult comedy. It was fun. Again, didn't blow me away, and I'm very much a fan of Michael Hoy's work. Maybe I just need to watch it again. It was some time since I last saw this. Actually, it's probably well over 10 years. 2004 this came out. My God. So I don't think I bought it instantly in 2004, but I do remember it has been some time since I last checked that out. So there's quite a number of titles there that I do need to go back to. So moving on, I'm going to get stuck into the British releases here, and the first one on top is, as I said with the videos, one of my favorites, Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires. My first digital watch of this fantastic Hammer horror. Nothing overly special about this Warner release, which is why I'm really hoping that we do get a Blu-ray packed with special features, but knowing Warner Brothers, we probably won't, and this is going to be the best we get. The next one's a bit of an odd one too. Rarescope presents, and this is from the Rarescope title, who have released a few rare kung fu movies. I think Cub Tiger and Kwantong, Face Behind the Mask perhaps, and a few others. But this one interested me because it's got Yu Hua in it there, who's a Shaw Brothers star. It's not strictly a Shaw Brothers movie, but it's made in conjunction with Shaw Brothers. Now, I do have a number of movies here, especially those Chang Che movies that were directed after he left Shaw Brothers there, like Shanghai 13, Nine Demons, and so on. So there is definitely a lot more that may be mistaken as Shaw Brothers movies. This one, though, I just wanted to sort of pull it in there because it is stating on the front, with the cooperation of Shaw Brothers. I think generally though that was just signing off a loan on their actors and some of their stuntmen there. But this movie, it is not perfect by any means. It really hasn't dated well, if I'm being honest, but it was a lot of fun. I did really enjoy it whenever I watched it. I haven't watched it again after first getting it. Maybe I need to go back and revisit that. And then we have 5 wonderful releases from Momentum Asia, a distributor I thought was going to be pumping out these Shaw Brothers titles like hotcakes. I could only ever find 5. Maybe they did 1 or 2 more, but I only ever got 5 of their titles there. The first being Heroes 2, no particular order, but this was digitally remastered, original language options with English subtitles, which was fantastic and beautifully designed. I really dig what they were putting together here. Inside you got a wee booklet with that and a beautifully designed disc also. So of course I have Heroes 2 on VHS. I also have it here in another pile, this one here. But it was great to have this collection, which very much pleased me. Same with Human Lanterns, or Human Skin Lanterns. This was the first time I had ever seen this movie. Blew me away, really just adored it. I can see on the front here that there's a coffee cup stain, which pisses me off. I'm gonna have to get a cloth out and give that a good wipe. But this again was fantastic, directed by Sun Chung, and inside there some great advertisements, booklets, and the disc itself. Let me just see the heroic ones. Let me have a quick look. Nope, unfortunately not. So there we go. That is the 6 full releases, and the only one that I don't have is the blue cover of the heroic ones. Again, one of my favorites. I possibly didn't pick it up because I had that Celestial DVD and I was on a budget at the time when these were coming out, so I will check out eBay and see if I can find that. We have got Wang Yu's Magnificent Trio, Jimmy Wang Yu, another fantastic movie, absolutely beautifully done. And another great addition. Really thought these were amazing releases. Only sorry that we didn't get more, as I say. Following that then, Spiritual Boxer, my first ever watch of this wonderful Lau Gar Lung movie there. Just got the Blu-ray release from Media Films of Spiritual Boxer 2, or the Shadow Boxing, which was a great addition. But this was the first time I laid my eyes on that, and I could see Li Hoi San down here as well, which is just fabulous. Very good. I'll just give you a quick peek inside that there. We got this gorgeous colored disc. I mean, they're all beautifully done, absolutely beautifully done. And then Death Duel. I adore this movie. Derek Yee, who's David Chang's younger brother, but this is a fantastic film all over. Really loved it. I think it got a Blu-ray upgrade either through Shout Factory or a German Mediabook recently, but again, going to share that with you very soon. But you can see that they're all beautifully done, color-coded, and it's only that 6th disc of the heroic ones that I need to get my hands on, so I'm excited for that. Okay, where to go next? Dragon Dynasty. Alright, so the only Dragon Dynasty, they're all American releases. The only one that I got here in the UK and seemed to get a UK release of the Shaw Brothers was the 36th Chamber of Shaolin, one of the absolute top tier titles from the Shaw Brothers catalogue, starring the incredible Gordon Liu, directed by the wonderful and late Lau Gar Lung. But this was just fantastic. Not much in terms of being inside there, but there was some extras that came with it. Feature audio commentaries, interviews, stills galleries, trailers, things like that. But definitely a gem to have, and very happy. Loved a lot of these Dragon Dynasty releases when they were putting them out there. As I say, we didn't get a lot of them here in the UK. Then they started joining forces with Cine Asia, and we got some later titles put out with them. My Young Auntie, another favourite. This is the American DVD release, again packed with extra features there of audio commentaries and interviews, things like that. But a wonderful upgrade. I did have, maybe I missed it with you, and maybe I didn't. I did have the Made in Hong Kong video, I remember that. But again, another one I probably wore out and chucked out or got rid of somewhere down the line. So this again was Probably the first I had seen it after that video for some time. The 5 Deadly Venoms, another upgrade from that made in Hong Kong VHS that I lost or got rid of. Feature commentary, but there's not many other extra features on here. Nope, that's it, just a feature commentary. From Dragon Dynasty. There's a little bit of tissue in there holding the disc in place. But yeah, I just think, again, the Dragon Dynasty releases are another kind of nostalgic thing for me to try and complete that collection. There's no real reason for it, but I just think that they are wonderfully designed covers. So yes, as I said before, one of my all-time favorites, which I have on Celestial DVD, video and Blu-ray again. So we're going to go through that quite a number of times. Following that is the wonderful Ho Meng-hwa classic, Flying Guillotine, the film that started it all, it says on the back here, which it did. It had a number of sequels and spin-offs and things like that, but I just really adore what Dragon Dynasty have done with their covers. I think they're so beautifully presented, and the Flying Guillotine too here. Now we did get a Blu-ray release of this recently from Idiot Films, a wonderful upgrade, but I just had to search about on eBay to add this to my collection. A lot of scenes there, of course, on their artwork and on their covers that aren't actually part of the film, but they just look stunning. I did say I had a second copy of Golden Swallow. Here it is from Celestial and Dragon Dynasty, and it just looks beautiful. Again, another well packaged and well put together piece. Not much in terms of extras like we get today with Blu-rays in terms of posters or booklets or things like that, but still a solid wee piece. And that beautiful design on the back there really sells it as this Crouching Tiger kind of movie, which is pretty cool. Then I picked up this in the States, this 4-film DVD collection from Dragon Dynasty. Jet Li's Martial Arts of Shaolin, Shaolin Temple 3, Executioners from Shaolin, 5 Shaolin Masters, and Mad Monkey Kung Fu. Now each of these come in a much thinner case, which would help my storage if they were all like that. I could fit in a lot more movies. But still, the first time to be able to see this absolute classic from Lagar Lung, Mad Monkey Kung Fu, beautifully designed. I mean, this cover is just stunning. Then we have 5 Shaolin Masters, another movie that is absolutely fantastic from Chang Che, David Chang, Ti Lung, Fu Sheng, Chi Kwon Chung, Meng Fei. It's a fantastic movie all around, but a beautiful cover. And this, oh my god, Executioners from Shaolin. Check this out on the back here with Pai Mei here, Lo Lei. It is gorgeous. None of this goes on in the movie as seen here, but it is beautiful, and they really knew how to sell these movies. And Jet Li's Martial Arts of Shaolin. The first time I saw this movie with a digital enhancement, I suppose, and again, it kind of made it feel a wee bit better for me, but still not one of my all-time favorites. Anyway, that was a gorgeous wee set. That's all the Dragon Dynasty releases. Then we have some of these other American imported sets. The first being this Gordon Liu collection, which I can remember getting when I was out there at summer camp working, but something I've never went back to a lot, I have to be honest. 4 Assassins, I think that's Marco Polo. Yeah, that's Marco Polo, 4 Assassins. Shaolin vs. Wu-Tang is not a Shaw Brothers movie, but Gordon Liu directed it, and it is a lot of fun. It really is a fantastic movie all over. Gordon Liu and Adam Chang here. So it's just put into this collection because it's a Gordon Liu collection. Master of Disaster, which is Treasure Hunters, of course, and Shaolin Martial Arts, one of his earlier Shaw Brothers movies. It's not a bad set. It was cheap enough. Comes with these loosely packed DVDs, as you can see there, but it's a nice wee piece. I have to say, I did enjoy watching it the first time round, but it's probably been a good 20 years since I popped that on. Okay, so then I have got, there's a couple of different labels here. There's that buck and cap back to annoy me again. Okay, so we have Sword Masters, which was kind of like a spin-off Shaw Brothers label. So we've got the Shaw Brothers Kung Fu collection and then the Sword Masters collection here. This is the only one I have from the Sword Masters. I did see loads more when I was in America, but I had never seen Battle Wizard before, and this was the one that I really wanted to pick up. this crazy Danny Lee movie with so many wonderful practical effects, not so many wonderful CGI effects, but a fun movie overall. Beautiful cover there, has a really nice matte finish to it, but I thoroughly enjoyed that. Can't remember, I think I picked it up in Walmart or something like that. But then we had this Shaw Brothers collection. Now some of these were brought to me by Mike Leader as a gift when he came over to visit. Number 1, 2, 3 and 7. So there's quite a few released on this. I suppose I'll start with number 1, which is Heroes 2 yet again. So this is like the 3rd or 4th edition of this movie that I have here. But a lot of fun to have. Directed by Chang Che, as you see here. Enhanced edition. I've never really put it up against the Momentum Asia one. I guess I should have done that just to see if it was any better in the long run. Cat, go away. The second one on that collection is The Master, featuring Chen Quan Tai, Yun Tak. It's a brilliant movie. Johnny Wang Long Wei in there also, as you can see with the white hair at the back there. But such an action-packed and beautifully choreographed movie. This is a lot of fun and a movie that I really hope does get a Blu-ray release very soon from the likes of Idiot Films or other. Challenge of the Masters, Wong Fei Hung Adventure with Gordon Liu, which was brilliant. My first time seeing this movie, I'm nearly sure it was the first time I had seen this movie, and of course then got a Blu-ray upgrade through one of the Shaw Scope editions, I'm nearly sure. I'll double check that of course when we get to that. And then number 7 on this collection, and it's 10 Tigers of Kwantung, another Chang Che classic with the Venom Mob and then some. Just an amazing movie all round. Ti Lung in there also, who's just amazing. But this is absolutely a classic for me, and again another movie I would love to see get the Blu-ray upgrade. Jewel of the Iron Fist, again I shared with you the American VHS. This is now the American bootleg DVD. It's definitely not an official release, although it does say special remastered uncut edition. That is not an official release, believe me. Released by Shaolin, that's so hard to read. The Shaolin Collection by Red Sun. But still, great to have that upgrade from VHS because the American videos aren't of great quality anyway. And then my final one is a Thai import, and that is Turning Point with Anthony Wong and Eric Chang and a lot of other familiar faces there. But this is actually a Shaw Brothers production, believe it or not. Very well made movie from Herman Yao, who is one of my all-time favorite directors of modern Hong Kong cinema. But this again is one of their later, kind of coming to their closing point, one of their later productions there. So that's everything in my DVD collection with the Shaw Brothers. Now it's time to upgrade to Blu-ray. So now we're on to the Blu-ray and Mediabook collection of my Shaw Brothers films, and hopefully this won't take as long as the DVDs because I was very much unable to stand up after that section. I lost all the feeling in my legs. I have a funny feeling it's going to happen again, so let's get started very quickly. Okay, so I have a pile of German Mediabooks. I have a pile of German single Blu-rays. I have the Shout Factory box sets along the front, as you can see. Shaw Scope 1 and 2 on the sides. And actually underneath this lot is all of my Idiot Films Blu-ray releases for Shaw Brothers films. Missing maybe three or four titles from their earlier releases there. But anyway, we're going to get to that. First of all, I'll get these ones out of the way. And first up is the hilarious Love on Delivery, starring Stephen Chow Sing Chi, Man Tat, Christy Chung, Ben Lam. Oh my god, the list just goes on. This is one of my all-time favorite Chow Sing Chi movies. I actually have it a second time here from Nova Media, their cover of which I do prefer. So this is the Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray release. This is the Nova Media from Korea, so USA, Korea, and I do prefer this cover. I have to say it really represents that movie so much more. But yes, this was pretty cool. You should be able to find my unboxing for this video on the channel this week. which is awesome. I will put that aside there and share with you the Nova Media one because it is just gorgeous. Both of them very worth getting. If you can't get one, get the other. The Vinegar Syndrome one came with a lot more special features, but this I felt was a much better picture, in my eyes anyway, and that cover is definitely a winner for me. Such a great movie. As I say, that's one of the ones that he made with the Shaw Brothers Studio. The second was Lookout Officer. This movie cracks me up to no end. It is absolutely hilarious. Definitely one of my favorites, but this movie is worth seeing. Hopefully we're going to get it soon, from whether it is from Vinegar Syndrome or Eureka Video or 88 Films, because it is an absolute blast there. Stephen Chow Sing Chi, Stanley Fung, Uncle Bill. It is just one of the wackiest, craziest, silliest movies. But this, again, from Nova Media, was another Blu-ray, well worth picking up there. Also from Nova Media and unopened, I have Out of the Dark. This other Shaw Brothers produced wild Stephen Chow Sing Chi movie. Now, I did show you that on DVD. I've yet to do an unboxing and review video for this, so keep an eye out for that. But this Nova Media Blu-ray I am excited to get into. And the other one is from Vinegar Syndrome. It is Johnny Toe's 1997 firefighter drama Lifeline. What a cracker movie this was. What an amazing print this 4K release was. This is absolutely well worth picking up. Beautifully done. Wonderful extras on there as well, including an archival making of. But this release itself was fantastic. And this is what I was talking about earlier, about the American VHS inspired covers from Vinegar Syndrome, used for their Blu-ray and 4K releases there. But yeah, this again, wonderful. Another production from Shaw Brothers. Again, most people relate these kinds of movies to the Shaw Brothers Studios, but they did do a lot more. Of course, they went into television production. They produced so many comedies, erotica movies, dramas, spy thrillers. I mean, they just really went all out there. It's going to be very, very difficult for just anyone to own the whole collection of Shaw Brothers movies. And if you're out there and you've got it and you've done it, well, I applaud you. Because what a challenge it would be to gather everything that they have put out there and put together. So, okay, Nova Media and Vinegar Syndrome out of the way. Let's go German. Okay, starting with these, we got single releases, and I love these covers. These are the colorful covers. We have a different type here I'm going to show you, but this is the Pirate. Hopefully you're getting to see that and see that color okay. But these were beautifully presented. I found them on Amazon Germany and just love them. Some of them come with bonus features like alternate versions of the movie or trailers, things like that. But a lot of these also carry into these particular media books, which is fine. Some of them I don't have already, but there's quite a few here that I do end up doubling. But these covers I just love. I'm going to start setting these aside because there's a lot to get through. Have Sword Will Travel, with David Chang there, another fantastic movie. And again, just these designs for me were some of the most exciting I had. Now, of course, 88 do a fine job, don't get me wrong. They always present it beautifully. But then when you sort of see what Germany are putting out also, I think 88 kind of needs to up their game. What have we got? Duel of Fists. This is the first movie, and then The Angry Guest, I think, is its sequel, if I can remember correctly. But again, another beautifully put together and very colourful release. So these all came with double-sided covers, and I've kind of unboxed and videoed the majority of these, so you can go back and check those out there. But it's a fun little collection to have until we start getting these put out in more box sets, I suppose. But the likes of the Shout Factory, T-Lung, David Chang collection, you'll find a lot of these there. Boxer Rebellion, the German Blu-ray of Boxer Rebellion from Black Hill and Koch Media. Again, another wonderful piece. The Kid with the Tattoo. on Blu-ray. Totally forgot that I had this. I was saying there when I had it on DVD about getting it on Blu-ray from 88 Films, but I totally forgot I had this German one. So actually, I may put this to the side and check this out later. One of my all-time favorites, the 14 Amazons, as you can see here, done in this wonderful yellow. I just think this movie is fantastic. It's so friggin' epic, but what a piece. And again, some of these carry over to the Mediabooks, which I'll share with you. And then the alternate covers. So these were released at different times with different covers. Most of them came out with these colorful ones. Also, then they did this sort of extra collection, I suppose, of this classic look. And you can see that it's very, very different. But I do like it. This one's the Emperor and his brother. I did have others like Savage 5, different things like that, but I've already eBayed them because I hadn't opened them yet, and I did get them in these Mediabooks. But inside, as you can see, very, very different. These don't come with as many special features. Usually it's just trailers and a stills gallery. So if you're going to go down that line of picking these up from Germany, these colorful ones, you're definitely going to get the better deal with. I also found this wonderful box set of 5 movies there. The Angry Guest, Kid with the Golden Arm, Four Riders, New Shaolin Boxers, and The Master of Kung Fu. This was going pretty damn cheap on Amazon Germany, which is a great place to check those. And much thinner cases there, but a wonderful addition to those German Blu-rays. Now, only this year did they start putting them out in Mediabook format, which when I saw the first one, I was like, shit, I totally need these in my collection. So you can see the beautiful spines here, all numbered 1 to 6. They are gorgeously done, and you can go back and check out every video I have done on all of these Mediabooks. In fact, the last one just went out today for Shawtember. But this is beautiful. The Human Lanterns, Come Drink With Me. There's a few others, the Water Margin, things like that in there. But beautifully done. As you can see, you've got the classic discs here on one side, and then on the back. Oh, actually, sorry, I do apologize. This whole Mediabook is all the classic discs released. Whereas some of the others, you'll see those colorful discs are actually in there. Usually I separate them, but this is all the classic looking discs, which is cool. And then of course you have this massive booklet of information, obviously in German. This is volume 2, just as gorgeous. You got Chinatown Kid there, Kid with the Golden Arm, Four Riders in there. But yeah, just another wonderful collection all together. And again, the same again. There you go. You see, you got the colored discs here now that are the same as those, as I pointed out. And on the back, again, the other 3 there. Shadow Whip here. We've got Marco Polo. We have Heroes Shed No Tears. Quite a collection of classic movies in volume 3 here. Beautifully done. I mean, the artwork on the front of these is just simply gorgeous. Volume 4, love this artwork, just beautiful. In this, you've got the Web of Death, you've got the Chinese Boxer. Gosh, what else? I can't really translate right now what's going on there. But basically, you've in each of these, you've about over 500 minutes of Shaw Brothers action, and it is absolutely well worth picking up. Honestly, they're just so beautifully done. Volume 5, as you can see again, more gorgeous, gorgeous artwork. You have Vengeance in this one. What else have I got? Soul of the Sword, I can see there. Some more that I can't quite translate right now. Have Sword Will Travel, I think is the other one there. But beautifully, beautifully done. Again, when you see these all together on the shelf, they just look stunning. And then so far, the final one, volume 6 here, as you can see, and they start to get a wee bit more modern. So you've got the Delinquent on number 5 and Police Force here on number 6, along with the Daredevils, Magnificent Ruffians, Lion versus Lion, and The Pirate. as I showed you first of all there. So, I mean, such a collection, really, and they're pricey enough. Mediabooks are always pricey, but sometimes on Amazon Germany, you see them dropped at a really good sale price. Okay, so that's the German Blu-rays out of the way, Nova Media, Vinegar Syndrome. Then we go to Shout Factory. So let's start with the first volume because these are just beautiful. Absolutely some of my favorite. Some of these collections come with 11 movies in total. Some come with 12. The likes of this one, you have The Assassin, The Thundering Sword, The Golden Swallow, The Jade Raksha, The Bells of Death, The Sword of Swords, Killer Dart, The Invincible Fist, Dragon Swamp, The Flying Dagger, and The Golden Sword. All beautifully presented. You get like 2 discs in each one, and on the back there a wee breakdown of what you're getting. But just stunning, 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 stunning releases. I couldn't get enough of these. I mean, they were about 100 quid each, which is pretty pricey, but for me, absolutely worth it. Absolutely worth it because they are so friggin' beautiful. And they just get better and better and better. Volume 2 here, as you can see, again, all the artwork, the colors, the variations on them are so different and so beautiful. This one includes 12 movies: Lady of Steel, Brothers 5, The Crimson Charm, The Shadow Whip, The Delightful Forest, The Devil's Mirror, Man of Iron, The Water Margin, The Bride from Hell, Heroes 2, The Flying Guillotine, and The Dragon Missile. I mean, wow, just looky, looky, looky. They are beautiful. And each of them, as I say, come with 2 discs, but also that artwork is split down the middle. Inside the covers, you have the full-size Hong Kong poster on each side there, which is just lovely. Volume 3, as you can see here, more warmer tone, and again comes with 11 movies. They kind of went 11, 12, 11, 12, very oddly. But this one you have Killer Clans, The Shaolin Avengers, The Web of Death, The Vengeful Beauty, Death Duel, Life Gamble, The Soul of the Sword, The Deadly Breaking Sword, Clan of the White Lotus, Shaolin Abbot, Shaolin Rescuers is the last one there. And I forgot to say, you also get a host of special features with these. You get audio commentaries, you get interviews, stills galleries, trailers, some featurettes there talking about the movies with film experts on the subject there. Tony Raines, the likes of David West, James Mudge, that kind of thing. But definitely for me, some of my absolute favourite releases of any Shaw Brothers collection. And Volume 4, this beautiful, beautiful blue cover on it. I love this box set. It is absolutely gorgeous. Comes again with 12 movies: The Rebel Intruders, 2 Champions of Death, Legend of the Fox, Black Lizard, House of Traps, Masked Avengers, The Sword Stain with Royal Blood, 5 Element Ninjas, Shaolin Prince, Shaolin Intruders, Holy Flame of the Martial World, and Opium and the Kung Fu Master. But just stunningly done yet again. And what a finish to that collection. In fact, I actually went and made a what if video. What if Shout Factory released a 5th Shaw Brothers Classics collection? Please go and check that out, see what you think. There's certain titles there that I think would really bring them into the closing stages of the 1980s there, the mid 1980s, of when they finished off with some real modern classics. Okay, so aside from those, you get the Brave Archer collection in its own box set here, which you can see includes all 4 Brave Archer movies and The Little Dragon Maiden with Leslie Cheung. But again, just beautifully, beautifully done, beautifully put together. Such an amazing box, and just as pricey as all the others, which obviously come with a lot more movies, but I finally got it and I was quite happy with that. And then the one with the worst art of them all. I don't like this art set at all here, but the movies in this T-Lung David Chang collection are absolutely worth it. So you have Sword Will Travel, The Heroic Ones, Vengeance, The Anonymous Heroes, The Deadly Duo, Duel of Fists, The Duel, The Angry Guest, All Men Are Brothers, The Blood Brothers, The Savage Five, and Seven Man Army. Again, full of commentary, special features, trailers, stills, all that kind of thing, and interviews also, but brilliantly put together. Such an amazing collection of movies, many of which, again, I do have, and very much have doubled on the German Blu-rays. Now, a lot of them kind of came before I got that T-Lung David Chang box set, but I'm not crying about it. I don't really care. I love these movies so much. I love having different variations of them. And sometimes with each of them, you do get different cuts, which is even better. Okay, now I need to adjust because I literally cannot feel my feet. They are gone. Right, this is now the 88 Films Blu-ray collection. I think, as I say, I've maybe missed 3 or 4 titles along the way. But let me just start at the beginning here with 8 Diagram Pole Fighter. Wow, I mean, look at that artwork from Kung Fu Bob. It is absolutely beautiful. What a stunning, stunning edition here. The problem I find with 88 Films releases of Shaw Brothers titles is that there's just not enough special features. Everyone else is giving us tons and tons of special features. I feel that 88 Films know that we're going to pick up these Shaw Brothers titles because we absolutely adore them. Of course we do. But I would like to see them put a wee bit more effort and work into them there and give us something else for the money's worth, of course. But this is beautiful film, beautiful artwork, like absolutely my favorite artwork for 8 Diagram Pole Fighter, without a doubt. Following that in the collection, I have got Bewitched, one of their earlier releases here, a Shaw horror movie that does come with some audio commentary by Bay Logan. You've got a booklet, notes and things like that in there. So already these earlier ones were kind of given a wee bit of extra something there. But Bewitched is a good movie. It's not a terrible movie. But again, they started off with a bunch of titles that just weren't really grabbing. You had One Armed Swordsman and all that kind of thing as well, of course. Brave Archer, and Spiritual Boxer, etc. But there's still some earlier titles that weren't really what the fans were crying out for. But they do, of course, they came back with a whole host of amazing stuff there. But yeah, I like Bewitched. Again, not my favourite of the Shaw Brothers films, but it still is worth a watch for sure, especially if you're a fan of early Shaw's horror. As is with Black Magic, which is a pretty damn good movie, I have to say. This was a lot of fun. I did enjoy it. This would have been the first time that I ever saw this movie, so being able to see it in full HD was tremendous. So it was, absolutely. But inside this, for example, what do we got here? Early days from 88 Films in their releases of Shaw Brothers movies on Blu-ray, which was fine. That's grand. Again, it's just great to get these movies out there. I'm going to just slide these in and tighten things up so they don't all fall over. Then we have got Black Magic 2, Electric Boogaloo. As you can see, the price is still on there. Have I watched this yet? I could not tell you. It's not sticking out in my mind. But sure, I'll give it a shot soon enough. I mean, why not? Coming into October, it's time to enjoy some horror movies again, isn't it? But yeah, again, movies that fans really, yes, we wanted to see them, but they weren't crying out for. Of course, we start getting those a couple of years later, but these earlier ones from 88 Films were just kind of okay. The likes of The Bride from Hell, I mean, yes, it is included in one of the Shout Factory box sets. It is actually a fantastic movie. I really thoroughly enjoyed it, but it's not a title I would have imagined if I owned 88 Films that I would have put on my list to get out there to try and draw in the Shaw Brothers fans, to make them want to come to 88 Films to see what we are offering. Still very happy with that. One that I'm glad they did put out was Casino Tycoon, although they never did put out Casino Tycoon Part 2, which actually really annoyed me. You know what, this is a fantastic movie from Wong Jing with Andy Lau and Joey Wong, Jing Mi Yu, Alex Mann, etc. and you need to see the sequel. It has to have that follow-up. So come on, 88 Films, please give us Casino Tycoon 2 and complete that collection. So then I have the Chinese Boxer. Now, I'm not showing you these in order of how they were released by 88 Films. I have them in alphabetical order. So that's how I'm sharing them with you. Again, more great artwork from Kung Fu Bob there. And you will notice on these cardboard slips that they offer you a black spine to match, which I would keep on the shelf. And on the other side, you have a more colorful spine to suit the artwork that is presented there. But this, again, one of my all-time favorite Jimmy Wang Yu movies. A beautiful restoration. Really, really loved it. You can go and check out my unboxing videos for most of these newer Shaw Brothers titles from 88 Films. What else we got there? We've got Come Drink With Me. Wow, just what an incredible movie. Again, this is like a limited edition first pressing. Comes with a slipcase and booklet notes. And you would have found that with a lot of their earlier stuff there. They each would have came with a limited edition O-ring. Some of those I missed out on, as I say. I really didn't learn about 88 Films in what they were putting out there until they started doing the earlier Jackie Chan releases, like Dragon Fist, The Big Brawl, things like that. And that's when I started noticing the Shaw Brothers titles from them. Disciples of Shaolin, another wonderful film, another stunning art piece from Kung Fu Bob here. And this one definitely was a much more acceptable release from them. Came with new audio commentaries, some extra features there, but this absolutely is a worthy piece in the book. Now, I did stupidly forget that I had another German Mediabook up on the shelf, and it's the Vengeance Pack release of this very same movie. I'm not going to jump up now because, as I say, I can't feel my legs, so you're going to have to miss out on that one. Okay, I can see the backs of these ones. I'm going to squeeze that in just a bit more again. Now this one is unopened, and it is the Dragon Missile. Now, I have it unopened because I did watch it on Amazon Prime before I bought this. But this is a fantastic film, a follow-up to The Flying Guillotine, just one of its many sequels and spin-offs. But very, very good. And Lole is just amazing in it, so he is. So yeah, definitely one for the collection, and I will be popping it open soon enough to check it out and see what that quality is really like there. Okay, then we have another early one with The Enchanting Ghost. I kind of liked it. Again, didn't blow me away, but it was still a fun enough movie. One of their earlier Shaw Brothers Blu-ray releases there. Nothing too special about it, but just, again, one for the collection. And the ones that I don't have, I will eventually get round to getting and putting in here. 5 Element Ninjas. Again, I talked about how much I adored this movie, which is why I bought it on video as Super Ninjas. This, getting to see it in full HD was just incredible. Wow, I mean, what an upgrade. Absolutely beautiful and absolutely well worth picking up. Really, really enjoyed that. Boom! Okay, oh wow, this was a great one. Flag of Iron. Fantastic. And again, such amazing artwork there from Kung Fu Bob. But this Chang-Chi movie with the Venom Mob, really, again, a first watch for me, but just blew me away. Just with the choreography in it, everything about it, the violence and all, it was just beautifully done. And this is an absolute treasured release from 88 Films. One of the better ones that they have put out there. Let's see, then we have The Flying Guillotine. I didn't get the slip with this cover, or slip cover with this release, unfortunately. But this is obviously the first of that Guillotine collection of movies, or Flying Guillotine collection of movies there. But yeah, just beautiful again to be able to see this in full HD. Really, really enjoyed it. Now, it took a wee while, but eventually that was followed by The Flying Guillotine Part 2, which again, just such a cracker movie. Ti Lung takes over there. You've got Ku Feng again, and a host of other recognizable faces. But this again, as I said, with the Dragon Missile, one of many spin-offs and sequels to the original there with Chen Kun Tai. But again, beautiful artwork from Kung Fu Bob. They all started to come then with posters, which was wonderful because I had this wonderful collection of Kung Fu Bob posters. But very, very happy with that. And then I have the Ghost Lovers, which I haven't opened, so I can't really comment too much on it there. But yeah, this again, I realized I never had one of their earlier releases. Finally got picking it up on eBay, but yet still to watch it. Now this is one of their newer releases, and again you can see there's a bit more work has went into the cover in terms of how it's presented, a bit more money there. And this is the Golden Lotus, a Shawrotica, sort of sex drama thriller piece, more famously known for starring a young Jackie Chan. Do you know what? I watched it, I kind of liked it, but I'll never need to see it again. Just void of extras, I think, is the problem. Does come with a few wee lobby cards and that in there, but again, this recent spate of Shaw Brothers movies from 88 Films has been kind of disappointing in terms of how they're presenting them. Then we have Hero from the late Corey Yuen Kwai, starring the amazing Yuen Bio, the gorgeous Takeshi Kaneshiro, Yuen Hua's in there, Yuen Tak, Valerie Chow. But this is an absolute cracker movie, and again, more beautiful artwork from Kung Fu Bob, which is just fantastic. But a beautiful, beautiful piece. And then inside we get a booklet there. I can't remember. Maybe we did get a poster with this one. Let me see. We got slipcase. We got a collector's booklet and a double-sided poster. So yes, all my posters for these movies are in frames just in my art shed. But yes, I'd love to have had them all out to be able to share them with you. What do we got now? We have got Hex. Oh, I really loved Hex. Again, another early release on the Idiot label of Shaw Brothers Horror. I don't know who was guiding them at this point, but yes, this was a first time watch for me with Hex, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. There was some really, really sick stuff in here, but such a beautiful horror film, and definitely well worth checking out this October, I would say, for definite. House of Traps, again, a first time watch for me. Loved this movie, absolutely fantastic. Have watched it numerously ever since. I think it did come out there in the Shout Factory collection also, but this was the first time that I had ever laid my eyes on it, and once again, just a damn treat to really see that classic movie for the first time. Then we get Human Lanterns. Now again, I had the DVD version of it from Momentum Asia, but now to get this full HD and uncut, from what I can remember, version of this movie was just amazing. A host of extra features there, stunning artwork from Kung Fu Bob, but that HD print was just absolutely bloody gorgeous. This is an amazing movie, by the way, if you haven't already seen it. But if you're watching this video and you've got this far, then you probably have, because you should be a fan of Shaw Brothers. This isn't a short film. Then we have Inframan, or Super Inframan as it's known also, and I do believe that 88 Films put it out with both titles, if I am correct. I picked it up as Inframan, mind you, and didn't get a slipcover with it, but still a very fun movie. Very obviously Japanese in flavour and inspired by those superhero and kaiju movies from Japan at that time. Okay, then we have the awesome Killer Constable. I mean, this movie again is just friggin' amazing. Chen Quan Tai, Ku Feng, Jason Pai Pao. What an amazing cast, what an amazing film. But to see it for the first time in full HD blew me away. Absolutely well worth picking up. Then one of my all-time favourites, and I'm super glad that Kung Fu Bob was gracing the front of this. Once again, Legendary Weapons of China. On the video I have Legendary Weapons of Kung Fu, of course, and I have the DVD version of it, and so on and so on. So yes, this is absolutely a treasured little piece because it is so beautiful. The detail in that artwork is stunning. The print was gorgeous, and there's a host of extra features. I don't know why they couldn't keep this up with their newer releases there. Martial Club again features some more gorgeous artwork from Kung Fu Bob, as you can see. A host of extra features. And this is what I'm talking about. We got so used to them presenting, as you can see, a block of text there, all these extra features with these Shaw Brothers releases, that their latest titles that have come out haven't had really anything on them at all. Maybe a trailer, that's about it, which kind of sucks, and it kind of just disappoints the fans to no end. But that is a beautiful cover, and this is a very, very fun movie from Lager Lung, of course. Then we have Masked Avengers, not Maxed Avengers, Masked Avengers, which I loved again. A very, very good movie. Clearly I missed the O-ring with this one, but delivered with a host of special features, audio commentaries, interviews, and things like that. And just again, to be able to see this movie for a first time watch in full HD was wonderful. Another Blu-ray and DVD combo there, as you can see, and definitely one that I keep going back to. As I do with this one, which was a real surprise to me, Monkey Kung Fu. Did not expect this to be as amazing as it is, but of course it stars the one and only Ching Su-tung, fight choreographer extraordinaire, and he is amazing in this. But this was an absolute treat, and again, not a mainstream Shaw Brothers movie, so that's why it kind of caught me off guard, but definitely one that you should check out. More artwork from Kung Fu Bob there, which is amazing. Then we have the Oily Maniac. Oh my god, this is a wee bit of a mental movie. Danny Lee leads the way here. It is a bit of a bonkers movie, I suppose. It's a monster superhero kind of movie. It's very, very fucking odd. But yeah, this is an early 88 Films Shaw Brothers release. It's not a combo this time, but clearly I missed the O-ring with that one. But still, a lot of fun. I've only watched it twice, but I will go back to it again sometime soon. Now, one of their latest ones this month was the Shadow Boxing, aka Spiritual Boxer 2. Again, one of the ones that unfortunately came with not a lot of extras, a trailer and a stills gallery, some gorgeous, gorgeous artwork, as you can see here, and that design and that sort of luxury looking O-ring is absolutely beautiful, but just no audio commentaries, nothing like that, which was very, very disappointing, I have to say. Then we have Shaolin Mantis, again with some stunning artwork from Kung Fu Bob, but look at this cover, it's just bloody gorgeous. This was a first watch for me. Lager Lung directed, David Chang, Cecilia Wong, Lily Lee, and Norman Choi Soo Kung. Wonderful, wonderful movie and a great release. Really, really happy that they put that out there. And again, packed with extras. So what a damn shame that they're just not continuing that. Another unopened title here is The Spiritual Boxer. I've just never got round to opening this particular version. The last time I watched this was my Momentum Asia DVD, but I will crack this open again throughout October and put it next to the Shadow Boxing and do a double bill there. And this was the other release of their month, To Kill the Mastermind. Absolutely fantastic friggin' movie. Johnny Wang Lung Wei, Yun Hua, Yun Bun, so many amazing names in here, and the fights are absolutely fantastic. It's got the characters, the weapons, everything about this was amazing. And this artwork from Sean Longmore, I mean, come on guys, this is absolutely what the Shaw Brothers are all about. It's beautiful. Again though, unfortunately, void of any extra features there except a trailer and a stills gallery maybe. But you know what? It's still a classic movie. I'm really glad that it got that HD treatment. I just wish that 88 Films would go back to how they used to treat Shaw Brothers films and give the fans what they want. And then of course we have the Shawscope volumes, Volume 1 and Volume 2, and we are just awaiting the arrival of Shawscope Volume 3. How friggin' amazing is that? That's going to come in this glorious green cover artwork, and it's going to sit perfectly with these two beauties on my shelf. Now, when this first came out, everyone was blown away. I have to say, I do prefer perhaps the first volume over the second. The second kind of came a bit more clumsy in terms of the titles they put in with it, but I'll get stuck into that with you anyway. I mean, let me just put that down because this takes a lot. Now, whenever they come very sealed, of course, and they have this slip on the back describing everything that's in it. I keep mine on there. It's probably easier not to, but with this first edition, you get Keen Boxer, the boxer from Shantung, 5 Shaolin Masters, Shaolin Temple, Mighty P. Kingman, Challenge of the Masters, Executioners from Shaolin, Chinatown Kid, the 5 Venoms, Crippled Avengers, Heroes of the East, and Dirty Ho, one of my friggin' favorites. Anyway, all packed, jam-packed with special features, alternate editions, the way that these kind of Blu-rays are supposed to be given to the fans, the way that these classic movies are supposed to be treated, beautifully restored. I mean, flawlessly restored. Audio commentaries coming out their ears, interviews, featurettes, and even 2 extra discs that include music from the library of all of these movies. Just incredible. Inside you get, wow, such a beautiful, I really can't wait for part 3. You get this massive book, which I will flick through very quickly, but you are very welcome to go back and check out my full video breakdown on both of these box sets. But here we have this stunning Shawscope Volume 1 with artwork from many different artists, as you can see, for each movie. What's going on here in the special features on the other side with your disc in there. I mean, this is just stunning, absolutely stunning. And I think if 88 actually had a thought about it and kind of saved, maybe for the year, like saved all those titles that they had gotten the rights to and put together this 88 films collection of Shaw movies similar to this, oh my god, then they absolutely would have been able to do so much more. But this is just beautifully done, absolutely gorgeous. I mean, the ultimate releases of Shaw Brothers films. Now, granted, I still believe that Shout Factory kind of went the right direction in releasing each of their box set by decade, pretty much. Whereas Shawscope, or Arrow, I should say, kind of just threw everything at it there. They picked, for the first one, they definitely picked an amazing array of movies there. But for the second, I'll explain. But again, the book here, you get so much wonderful artwork, video covers, posters, text about all the actors, about the movies, about the extra features, film notes, quotes, references, trivia. I mean, if you don't have a Shawscope edition at home and you call yourself a Shaw Brothers fan, well, then I think you need to rethink. But you also should get online straight away and pick yourself up a copy of these absolutely fan-friggin-tastic box sets, because they are just stunning. With Volume 2, mind you, this is what I'm talking about, the confusion here. You get the 36th Chamber of Shaolin. Wonderful, one of my best. Return to the 36th Chamber, brilliant. And Disciples of the 36th Chamber. Then you get Mad Monkey Kung Fu. So you're kind of like, oh, we're going in a Largar Lung direction here. Then 5 Super Fighters, which I love. Invincible Shaolin, The Kid with the Golden Arm, Magnificent Ruffians, 10 Tigers of Kwantung. Then My Young Auntie, back to Largar Lung there. Then on disc 7 you get Mercenaries from Hong Kong and The Boxer's Omen, which is a bit confusing. Then on disc 8 you get Shaolin Temple 3, Martial Arts of Shaolin, which is understandable, it's a Largar Lung movie. And then you get The Barefooted Kid with Aaron Kwok and T. Leung Maggie Chung. That was completely uncalled for. I mean, this should have been done again as a decade thing. Volume 1 should have been like the 60s. Volume 2 maybe the 70s, and then Volume 3 the 80s. That would have been nicer. Or done by director. A Chang-Chi box set, a Largar Lung box set, and so on and so on. Probably the best idea there, to do it by director. Anyway, still amazing. Still get music discs along with it. Of course, you get that whole wonderful collection inside here that I'll quickly break down for you, because again, I can feel that my feet are going numb. but this is just stunning. And again, another reason why I cannot wait for volume 3, because my God, the time and effort it takes to go through this whole thing is amazing, but it is absolutely worth it. But look at this artwork. It is just stunning. Stunning, 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 stunning. And again, perhaps if Arrow had done or will do something similar with a Golden Harvest box set, that would be much appreciated. But yes, this is all about the Shaw brothers, and they have never had finer treatment than what they get here with Arrow Films or Arrow Video. It is just beautiful. And again, this stunning big book full of wonderful shots, clips, posters, artwork, text, trivia, everything you need to know about these movies. It is beautiful, and every film gets its own page or two, and my God, not a penny wasted, and absolutely worth every ounce of its cost, because it is just fucking beautiful. Anyway, I can't wait for volume 3. That's pretty much all I have to share with you with my Shaw Brothers collection. This has been incredibly painful. I don't know how I'm going to get back up, but thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far. Perhaps next time I'll pick a collection that isn't quite so long and as big, but yes, I'm getting myself excited to see some Shaw Brothers action. God knows where I'm going to start, but thank you so much for watching. I'm George Clark. Until next time, enjoy your Shaw Brothers Kung Fu, and I'll speak to you soon. Oh, fuck. Oh my God. Oh, sweet, sweet Jesus. Oh, I need a seat and a table. Oh. So thank you once again for watching another video here on Invincible Asia. Don't forget you can check out hundreds of others here on the channel. You can also show your continued support by heading over to my new merch store or by checking out invincibleasia.com, where you can read my full movie reviews and follow me on Instagram @InvincibleAsia. Until next time though, enjoy your Kung Fu, and I will see you soon.